Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Um, I had um, completed a project that I was working on early, and I just got the notification that Cardi B has filed for divorce from Offset, and the only thing I can say is see that. Honey, let me tell you something. I raised two black boys, and I didn't raise them to be anything but good people. But when they got out here in these streets, you know, is there such a thing as a good man? You know, we get upset because the police killing them and all of that, and just hate to see somebody hurt. You know, at least that's the way the women feel. How the men feel, I don't know, because they not saying. Uh, all I can do is just shake my head. I wish Cardi B the best. I'm pretty sure that Offset is disturbed because these men that are constantly cheating, it is a mental illness, sex addiction, whatever, whatever, you know. Halle Berry hasn't been able to keep a man. Um, 50 Cent can't keep a woman. He's with a little girl now that I think is his child's age, you know. Everybody that I know who is in a relationship is going through some crap. It doesn't matter if it's Will Smith or Jada. It's something right now that's really difficult for people to be, or let's say it like this: the honesty. The honesty used to be when women were not in the workplace, or married women. Let me say it like that: married women were not in the workplace. The men were having relationships with the women who were at work, and they were generally single women, and they were being sexually harassed by married men, right? No married man ever wanted his wife to work because that meant that she was going to be accosted by the other men in the office. Okay? Women couldn't travel by themselves because some men would rape them. Um, in the Muslim countries, that's why the women are completely and totally covered up. Not because of the woman's lack of chastity, but it's because of the men. I just looked at kitten. Some dogs ain't safe, you know, with a man. I remember when I was growing up, men didn't babysit, boys didn't babysit, you know. You couldn't trust a man to be in the presence of a small, defenseless creature that depended on them for protection and for food and, you know, nurturing. You just couldn't trust a man to do that. So this is where we are in the world. Historically, um, there's always been an issue with men, whether it was war, whether it was, you know, it wasn't women that were feeding the Christians to lions in Greece. right? It wasn't women who came up with fighting the bull and stabbing it, right? It's a situation with men. I don't know how to fix it. I don't think that it's for women to fix. I think that this is a male issue. It's a male problem. It causes problems for women um, because of it. But it's not something that women create. It's something that intrinsically happens from men being around other men. My sons were influenced by teachers, friends of their dad. Um, wasn't really anything I could do. It wasn't in my control. All the praying in the world didn't help. Taking them to church and all of that didn't help. Um, and maybe it's karma. This situation with Cardi B and Offset sing to me was like a galactic experiment. You hear me? I feel like spiritually they were put together as a test, because men are always saying, well, the woman is too stuck up, she don't want to do that, she don't want to do this. That would be me. I ain't doing this, that, and the third. I'm not. You ain't gonna ride me like a rodeo show, okay? And I'm not gonna be like the Hispanic women down in Mexico to have sex with goats for the benefit of men coming to pay for that. I'm not the one. I am not the one. You know, all this stuff that they say, from this starlet married to this NBA guy, and what she say she do to him, and blah 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 blah. Ew, ew, ew. I'm not doing it. So it's like the I'm gonna say the great spirits, the Almighty, and the others. They got together and they said, okay, so we've heard the complaints. We've heard what the man says that he needs. We've heard what the man says that he wants. Okay? So we're going to put together a man. He's tall, he has talent, he has money, he's young, and we're going to give him a woman who is also young, who is also talented. Everything that he says that he wants in a woman. The freakiness and all. I remember Cardi B saying all this old kind of nasty stuff and telling the women to do that for their men. And I remember the Migos just cheesing and laughing and loving this. Okay, so you have that. She's not a gold digger. She's making her own money. She's willing to work. She gives him a baby. She's not saying, I'm not messing up my body to have your child. Nope. As far as I've heard, there's never been any man that came and said, I had Cardi. Cardi cheated on Offset with me. None of that has happened. Um, she has been willing to fight behind him, had to go to court and all of that, behind getting some other girls, they said, to jump on a girl who was messing with Offset, you know. They've got money on top of money, car, house. Nothing is a problem. He wanted a house in Atlanta, so she moved to Atlanta, even though she was from New York. You know, um, she's there raising the baby. She has her family doing most of everything. I didn't even know that Offset had a mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? Because I never heard anything from them. I've never seen anything. So it didn't even register in my mind. They never crossed my mind. Today is the first that I'm hearing that his parents didn't like her. And I guess, they have the nerve to get on their high horse and be like, oh, because she did what? Excuse me, do you see your son? He ain't perfect. He ain't nowhere near perfect, you know? And again, I think that that was a part of the experiment, galactic experiment. According to the Bible, when the boy gets married, it's all about his wife. It's all about his wife. And the parents should want to support the marriage because it's in the best interest of their son, right? Married men live longer than single men. Keep him out of the streets. Make him accountable to someone who is his wife. She's responsible for his health and his wealth. Cardi B wasn't out there just throwing money away, blowing money, getting into accidents, totaling cars, and none of that, you know. And I really think that this is a huge failure on the part of the man. And we're going to see just what happens as we go forward. Because this isn't the first time that he's messed up. He's been messing up. He's been messing up. Is there such a thing? Is what men's complaints about women are they now invalidated? Because now the whole world knows that when it comes to this particular kind of man, money ain't gonna make him act right. Stability ain't gonna make him act right. Security ain't gonna make him act right. Love ain't gonna make him act right. Fatherhood ain't gonna make him act right. This creature just will not do what he is supposed to do. No matter what you give him, he will always have something to say. This creature will always be unhappy. This creature is only happy doing what is wrong. That's all that this creature knows. No matter what you give him, no matter how much money he has, no matter who loves him, it doesn't matter. This thing right here, it ain't gonna do right. And now this is one that's in the books, I really hope that the reason why she filed for divorce is because she's in love with somebody else. And I hope that this somebody else is someone who will cherish her and appreciate her and do right by her. I'm not saying like Russell Wilson did for Sierra, because Sierra was never a stripper. Sierra was never on reality TV. These details do matter. But, excuse me, y'all. Do I think by Cardi B coming from reality TV or being a stripper, does that mean that she doesn't deserve happiness? No. Does that mean that she did not bend over backwards to try to make this relationship work with Offset? She did. She did. He cheated on her numerous of times. This girl is writing songs where every other word is Offset. And her fans are like, why are you saying his name so much? And she's like, if you don't want to hear his name in the song and stuff like that, then you need to stop listening to me. And some people say, that you never let somebody know how much you love them. Well, I disagree with that. By you letting somebody know that you care about them, that they think that they can run all over you, you got a certain kind of a person. And I think that that's what this Offset is. He's a certain kind of a person. Okay? He's the kind of person that no matter what he says, if then, button or, he's a liar. Nothing, because there's people who are together homeless on the street. All they got is love, and they have each other's back. And when things change and they get money or whatever, they still have each other's back. And then there's some people, they could be homeless on the street and they fight. This person don't want to do them right. The person abandoned them. I'm talking to somebody. Whether you rich or poor, in health, out of health, this person ain't gonna do right, period. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. It doesn't matter what they say, what excuses they may have, or whatever. This person, this kind of person, say that, this kind of person will never do what is right. They will never do what is right. And I've been seeing this kind of a person for a long time. But this kind of money that Cardi B and Offset has, I've never seen it. I have never seen it. Usually when you got a lot to lose, like he does by her divorcing him, like I remember when Jada and Will had their thing, and he said, you know, the reason why I would never divorce, you know why I won't never divorce you, and she said it's cheaper to keep her. See, any man in his right mind that has any kind of a sense, even if he does not love the woman, he still is very, very logical when it comes to his investments, his time, he's very concerned about that. He knows about that. He's not going to jeopardize that because that his work means something to him. But when you have someone that will throw all of that away, it's a feminine trait. It's a feminine trait. It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. Men don't do that, honey. If once they invest their time and their money and all of that, no, they ain't going nowhere. You can do whatever you want to do. He's gonna be right there because his investment, he can't walk away from that. He can't walk away from that. And if he made a mistake, he made his bed hard, deal with it because he's a man. You understand me? Because he's a man. And I've heard men say that to their kids. Listen, your mama is what she is. And that's who I chose, and that's all there is to that. So you can just shut up whatever it is that you're talking about. But you're not gonna speak on my marriage. That's it. And usually she can run the streets and do whatever. He be right there handling his business, making sure that his house is straight, making sure that everything is everything, even keeping her out of harm's way. And usually by the time that she matures and everything and he's getting older in age, she got his back. And that's usually the way that works. When it's a real man and a real woman. You understand what I'm saying? But these other things, when you've got a man who acts like a woman. Oh, this other YouTuber said it. He said, a narcissistic woman in a man's body. Let that marinate. Do your research. Leave your comments below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.